and gentlemen, you're going to need a big tablet and a big pen. I want to have a goal setting. I want to have a Q&A. That means people can call in. That means basically you can text something as well, ask questions. My goal, my dream is to change the world before I die again. So let's understand, like on Saturdays, I have goal setting every Saturday, 7 a.m. Q&A as well. What the goal is very simple. Invite people, get to know me, and let's see what we can do to help them. Now today, you can't take pictures, you can't record, I got to get it here. In other words, I want you to write it down. Now, we have a chance. That means you have a chance to get to the American dream. What does that mean? All right, living in the house, living on the hill. If anybody sues you, they get diddly squat. In other words, to protect our family, to protect us. We're lucky. Why? Because we live in the United States of America, the land of the free. Okay? 14th Amendment of the Constitution, July 9th, 1869, 153 years ago, made a corporation a legal person. So, unfortunately, most people, probably all of you, don't be offended if I say something, all right, especially if it's true. All right, you have brought the pain home, or you don't know how to get to the $1 million dream. So let's draw a diagram as an exercise. It's right in front of you. See, your goal should be, listen carefully, how fast can I build you to be a CFO, a Chief Financial Officer, a real one, not just a title, all right, knowing the position to be a CFO for the corporation and divisions. How fast can I get you to get corporate credit so you can use this money instead? Because what you've been doing is using your personal credit and money to start a business. Well, first, personal credit, you can't write off diddly squat. Next thing is use your money. It's already taxable. So you pay tax on your left and you got the leftover. That's the wrong way to do it in the first place. Then how are you going to get $1 million car like this one? How $150,000 car like this one? Again, getting the money gets to the honey and building the business. And that's the ultimate goal. So we have to think, all right, how do we get there and how fast? Because everybody wants it now, now, now. It's not easy. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass. The reason I want you to draw the diagram, I want you to relate to Chase Bank, B of A, Wells Fargo, US Bank, grocery store, Sam's Club, City. I want you to relate to things around you you can see, because you watched them close locations before pandemic and during pandemic too. So that means they filed bankruptcy on a location, got a tax credit, okay, and they're still in business. But you and me as people, we bring the pain home because we don't know how to play. At least you do. So understand, Wells Fargo Bank, B of A, they have shut down thousands of locations for the last 15 years. So the ultimate goal, based on how they want to position their location. We look at Sam's Club, they shut down locations. They're the largest box store in the world, right? So from here, we listen to cities. They file bankruptcy. They're still in business. Your ultimate goal for every one of you is not to bring the pain home. But what happens is people bring the pain home. I'm sorry. You know, you heard your brother, your cousin, the uncle, the banker, or maybe the person that does loans says 40, 50% debt to ratio. All that's crap. It's crap. Okay? I mean, I brought in my first 119,000 at 9.5 years old, $1 million at 14, double billion 26. Because I knew the rules and tools, because I wrote them. I created them. Being a true CFO. You have the ability to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. That's what you need to do. Then I have to give you the rules and tools how to make it happen. Building your right structure. Oh, good. You got a corporation. Oh, look at me. I got a corporation. You got a piece of paper. All right, literally that you paid thousands of dollars for that was actually free. So you killed money. Then you put your home address on the corporation. Now everybody knows where you live, and you're on the national mailing list because you did it to yourself, and you did it to the officers list too, a statement of information. This is called dumb, dumb, and dumber. I don't understand. I don't understand. And if they sue your corporation, they sue you. You. You're a duck. Why the heck would you want to be a duck? You see, the goal is you want to reach the goal, or learn and listen and stop bringing the pain home. You know, I have been 3,000 an hour and 25,000 a day for 44 years. People hire me all the time. I have groups of people coming in or they send me places. All right, I help cats for Disney. I help Barbie. I help Toll Brothers. I can go on, and also the Incorporated for Mostly Rich and Famous People anyway. So I get asked to go to someone. They pay me $25,000 to a meeting. They get all these experts in there, all smart people. Yay! And they asked me my turn. My question was simple. They gave me, how would you leave money, all right, millions and billions to somebody? I go, who's stupid enough to do that? I don't understand stupidity. Okay, then what do you mean? Anybody who has $1 million or less, you leave it in an irrevocable trust. You leave it to your family, that's the goal. But if you got something more than that, who is stupid enough to have an asset they fought their life to get and had to pay tax everywhere they turn, and they left it to their family, and now they set up their family for a tax? I don't understand inheritance tax. I think it's BS. Okay? Now, I'm not going to play tax evasion or tax planning. I'm just going to do it my way. See, I didn't know I was being hired from some attorneys for this group. October 25th, 2020, he dies. God rest his soul. He's worth $26 trillion. I wish sometime they'd get the right story about who's the richest guy on the planet. Okay? It was never Bill Gates. It was never Musk. Okay? That's not true. Yet even this guy is the richest guy on the planet. Well, it was. But what happened? Because they left things to the family in a trust, that means they have to pay tax. If he would have made his son the vice president and says, when I die, let him replace me. When you pass an asset to a person, it's called stupidity. If you leave it in the corporation, you don't change the direction of the asset. You just control who's the puppet master. Who the heck's the puppet master? Who's got the magic wand? $100 billion art collection. Okay, literally $10.8 billion inheritance tax. Son lies, goes to prison for 5 years. What's called stupid and stupid? I don't get it. See, I'm leaving everything I got, all right, literally under the $1 million, irrevocable trust, blah, 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 everything else to the Reynolds University. My son is the vice president of the company right now. He's 8.5 years old. Because I'll be damned if I leave something that I kicked and worked my tail off for to people and they get set up to pay a tax. I mean, that makes no sense. I think that's called stupidity. So I want my children to be the puppet master that control everything. And when they die eventually, I want it to be their children's children because they don't have to pay tax. Why would they want to have anything themselves? I don't understand. It's like this. Come on, Carl's great. Google him. I love Carl. You see, because he listens. Carl has an LLC in Nevada. Let's understand something, some common sense. I want Nevada. No. You have to incorporate in your own state because I said so. You're not in the profit zone yet. There's a strategy to do this. And understand, when you pay your bill to B of A, Chase, Wells Fargo, whatever it is, and you were to mail it in the mail, it says P.O. Box out of state. So where they receive the money is where they got to pay the tax. So they can play the game all day long. Carl's got an LLC in Nevada for one reason. No state tax. All right, from there. No disclosure. And when he leverages money, listen carefully. All right, he uses borrowed money and he doesn't pay tax. I don't understand. Please. I teach rich and famous people all the time how to leverage money and create debt to offset taxes. Okay, Nike doesn't pay tax. All right, Google doesn't pay tax. Okay, all right, and Amazon don't pay tax. I go on and on and on. UPS, FedEx Express, on and on and on. Why would people in a corporation pay tax? They wouldn't have to. So if you learn to play the game, you can learn to win. But again, that's up to you. Do you want to reach the goal, or do you want to listen to your brother, your cousin, your uncle, or the banker, all right, or basically the candlestick maker, and go, beep, 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 beep. To me, that's BS. The biggest problem you reach in a goal is you. You got to get the blank out of the way and just do it my way, because my way works. You have a conversation with your spouse or your partner of life. You got that kitchen table meeting. That's really good. All right, honey, let's start a business. And what's the first thing you do? Where are we going to get the money, honey? So what do? You hawk the house, you jack up your cards, and you get stuck. And it all gets screwed up. Borrow money's not taxable for everyone, even consumers, but that doesn't matter. What matters is this, I can't write it all off. This I can't write off. If I screw up, I'm the duck. I don't want to be a duck. If I use this, I get to write it all off. I get to write it off. As long as I'm trying, I'm not dying. If I'm not trying, hell, I might as well be dead. Oh, some of my clients, you ever recognize them? Mr. Bill Clinton. How about Fishburne? Mama's real nice. I love Mama. All right, Fishburne himself. Michael, Kirk and Vane, Costner. I can go on and on from Arnold, all right, to everyone else. Hey, Rocky, Adrian, you know, all this stuff. It doesn't matter. Who do you think's been teaching and preaching to these people? You? No. Guess what? Gold's Gym, Superman. Got $1 million of credit in 6 months. College professor. Guy on the news. Homeless people from living in his car for 3 years. Another guy, another card. Giovanni works for Pixar. You ever heard of Pixar before? $1.6 million. All right, properties. $1.2 million in 9 months. They reached their goal because they did what I told them to do. They didn't know any better. I always tell people, don't think, just do what I say. So I can say I can incorporate people. I have the proof. All right, you see, I'm not fully, you know what. Most people are, unfortunately. All right, so go simple. Gets out of prison, 20 years in prison. Freeway Ricky Ross. Here we go, $4 million within 6 months. Thomas, 26 years. $1 million business in 5 months. They reached their goal because they listened and let me do what I can do for you. But again, you know everything, right? There's the problem. You don't. You act like you do. It's like, let's say you don't even know what you want to do for business. Why don't we take some of the corporate credit and let's invest it in a hedge fund? Why? Because they're going to give you a guarantee of some money coming in monthly. $8,000, $15,000, whatever you want. Hell, it's free money. When they bring it in, it pays for the card. All you do is get the gain. You're doing that under the corporation, so it's not even you. Heck, you become an investor 16 different ways. But again, this information is a gift from God. He gave it to me. I don't know why he let me go through all the things I did. I guess I'm the example. You can get through anything. All right, it feels like I've been a guinea pig too. So you can trust me, or if you want to, but it's up to you. I hope you believe in God or something, because there's a creator besides you and me. But here's the weird thing. You have the ability, because these work, to see it, believe it, go get it. There's the goal. So as we play the game right now, we have to understand, we only have, listen carefully, every one of you only have 135 days left of this year. And right now, you're not on the track to do what needs to be done. You're on the wrong track. What are you going to do with the 135 days? You're going to waste them? End of the year, what I'm going to do? Tell you should have got off your, whatever? See, my journey is easy. It's very simple. I was born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. This little girl, 15 and a half years old, got pregnant with me. She wanted a girl. She's born into this billionaire family, and she leaves me in the trash can outside the hospital with 2 notes, one for the hospital, one for me. Okay? Gave me a girl's name, raised my middle name. You know what it's like going to school in Hawthorne, Watts, Carson, Torrance, great areas. You learn you have to kick it or run. Hell, I don't run. I'd rather die. But I'm willing to die at any given time. So my journey began, and your journey can begin here today. Now, here's part of my family. It's simple. Because when I went to talk to my real parents, they gave me a restraining order because they don't want me to talk to them. What a nice family. Because they're worth billions of dollars. The Reynolds family. But you know my grandfather won the Olympics in 1932? Look at Richard Bishop. All right, Bishop, Coach Bishop, okay, UCLA for years. Understand something, the Bishop family, oh, it's okay. My great-grandmother's Nancy Randall from Randall Farms. That's why the president gave her an award that day in that newspaper. Okay? They didn't want me. What am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo? Just like you. You got to go chase the goal. Reach the goal. Me, I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I didn't like being dropped off at the pier by Mrs. Hope. Okay? I didn't like eating out of a damn trash can. It pissed me off. To reach my goal, I was desperate enough to do what needed to be done. I listened to the grown-ups. I asked, what are you supposed to do? Well, you know, I heard, money for a rainy day. All right, don't put your eggs in one basket. I thought every grown-up when I was a kid was stupid. When I grew up, I realized they were stupid. So you got a choice. You got to start listening to you, not the people around you. Because I bet you half the people around you have ripped you off and knocked you down. And you wasted $10,000 and it didn't work. Reaching that goal? Simple. You start with one book. It's called the Bible. Why? Because that's what I did. I'm 4 years old, roaming the streets as a kid, eating out of a trash can, being used and abused. And at 4 years old, at the Baptist church in Redondo Beach, she hands me a Bible. All right? And I go, okay, thank you, ma'am. I had to be polite. I didn't know if she was going to yell at me or scream at me. Okay? Very simple. I opened the Bible. I said, come on. I mean, really? I'm 4.5. I learned to read at 2.5 years old, by the way. So, there's a God. Yeah, right. I hear about this. It's a story. It's like Santa Claus. He never came to my house. You go to your house? So I challenged the Bible. I said, is there a God? Why am I being used, abused? Why am I eating out of a trash can? Where's my mommy and my daddy? Well, guess what? You know what's really weird for me? Ever since that day, everything I touch turns to gold. So I want you to pay attention. I want you to listen and learn today. I want you to reach your goals. I want you to get out of your own way. Ever since I was 2.5 years old, I wake up at 2:25. Body's just up, ready to go. I ask myself 2 questions every morning. Have I done everything I need to? Is there more to be done? See, you don't put yourself in check. How are you going to reach your goals? You don't even know how to do them. Okay? Because you got this going, I know everything. Sorry, you probably don't know diddly squat. Now, here's your problem. You listen to people because you have an idea and you go ask their opinion or to encourage you. Instead, they go, you got to do this or that. How many people do you listen to are the ones that ripped you off and knocked you down in the past? Okay? And it's like, you got to look in the mirror and go, why am I listening to them? He stole money from me. See, they cloud your direction. You want to reach a goal? It's simple. You have to see it, believe it, go get it. Now, I'm roaming the streets at 4 years old. I walk by the karate studio in Torrance. We don't get free lessons here. You get your butt in there, blankety blank, clean the place. Yes, sir, yes, sir. I guess they didn't like that for 3 days. I was doing the moves outside watching the class. All right? So I became the janitor at 4. Now, I got to go to, all right, Edison Elementary. Great school. Here's one of the houses I was being used and abused in. Real fun. Miss Papelka, Miss Goodwin, I can't forget them. One asked the whole class and the whole school, why are you wearing the same pants for 3 months, young man? Thank you for embarrassing me, because that's all I got. The other one says, oh, you're cheating. My desk was like, how did you do the test? In my mind, that's not possible. I write with both hands, talk at the same time. That's not possible. I'm so fed up with being people and their stupid opinions. But here's the thing. They don't allow me to hold myself back to reach the goal. You got to realize, I'm the example. We've all went through good stuff and bad stuff. All right? I was supposed to do work in there taking the trash out there. They killed everybody. I worked for TGNY. They killed everybody there too. All in the same year. So the bottom line is, where you're born, where your surroundings are, had nothing to do with this. It's your mindset. See it, believe it, go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. Your goal today is very simple. All right? Get up an hour earlier starting tomorrow. Get that private time. You got no excuses now, and I'll guide you for the next 3 to 6 months. I'll get you to $1 million, and I'll even guarantee it. All right? Even though I came out of a coma and I got to die and come back. It's simple. July 4, 2009, with billions of dollars through corporate structure, my wife wants to take people from the church and the school and the yacht, one of the 3 yachts in the backyard. No problem, honey. Whatever you want, honey. All right? Next day, I'm in a coma. What? I'm helping people 6 days a week. Why am I in a coma? Why did that man who we trusted trick my wife to sign a POA and steal my fortune? Why is that nurse asking my wife if I'm a donor? Why is Jesus giving me a chance? Stay in peace or go back. So I want you to understand, there's no excuses of reaching your goal. Because I believe God wants me to be the example for all of you. First coma, I hit my face going 40 miles an hour on the bicycle on Delane Street in Torrance. That's a big hill. Plop. Wake up, I'm in a coma. Wake up, the lady says, you're paralyzed. If you need to go pee-pee, ring the bell. I rang the bell, she never showed up. I rolled off the couch, grabbed that ugly shag carpet. I dragged my assets to the pee-pee. And then God said, get up. The voice inside, since I was 4, said, get up. I got up. All right? Guess what? I got up. Then the last coma, I get to die. So let's understand, I ask the question every day, why am I still here? I've been shot twice. I've been knifed 6 times. And I'm still here. Because I found out one thing. I'm here to help you. Get your tablet and pen and write things down. Do what I ask, follow through, and you'll get there too. It's your choice. Your choice. I'm here for one reason. Because I didn't like to be in hell. I believe our life right now is hell. That's my personal belief, even though I'm a pastor, okay? On top of all that. So I believe we're in hell. This is our test of faith to get to the next level. So my purpose is very simple. It's every one of you. So the bottom line is I found my purpose a long time ago. One of my books coming out, it's called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. You see, being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. Again, one of my new books coming out. So we got choices today. Our choices are very simple. I want you to have a piece of paper. I'm going to show you how to reach your goals. All right? Because I want you to see it, believe it, and go get it. Can I ask you a question here? That's what it's for, sir. That's what I said, or ma'am. Type the question. That's the goal. I have someone who put a hand up, but type the question. Okay? I'm just talking because you're not typing questions. All right? But I'm going to give you the story at the same time as you get to play too. Because I have no excuses. Okay? When you go to your company car today, oh, I'm sorry, you don't have one. I'm going to say, which one of the Lamborghinis I want to drive, or the truck? Which one? I don't have a car. I have to take an Uber or Lyft, or I have to take the bus, or drive a company car. Vroom, vroom. So many people are full of, you know what? Me, I'm going to tell you the truth. See it. Believe it. Go get it. It's simple. Simple. I've used this principle since I was 4 years old. Ever since I challenged that book. See it. You got a house? Better be in a trust. If not, they sue you. They take it away. And if it's not in a trust when you die, it's stuck in a probate. Your family got diddly squat. The car. Why do you, every one of you, drive a car, and you're the registered owner, and the number one lawsuit is bumpity bumps? Okay? And the registered owner is a duck. Why did you not buy the car fleet price tax ID division? Fleet price tax ID division. Why? Next, you bring in money and you act like you're rich. Your lifestyle is your income. It makes no sense. See, money is supposed to be leveraged. It's a product. You can leverage it up to reference by 3 times by 5. And that's what I taught Carl to do. But again, it's up to you. Now, you're going to need a lifetime income. Why? Because when you retire, your bills don't go away. But your 401k right now is going bye-bye. Keep checking it out. Come on. We might have the lowest unemployment, 3% in 50 years today. But look at the 401ks. I hear people are having heart attacks right now. I got to get you to a 750, and I'll even guarantee it if you do your part, okay? So if we see it, and again, I'm going to pray over it. And it's like someone walked by the day as I pop credit for people. They always see me praying over the application. They're wondering what I'm doing. I watched them take a double check the other day because I could feel them, okay? So the reality is I pray over every application because I pray all the time. It's not me doing it. I'm just doing the motion. It's up to God. So if I see it, I believe it, I'm going to go get it. See, if you put your mind wrapped around it, just let's understand. If you played with me for 90 days to 6 months, all right, I can change your life. You've been trying to do that all your life. But again, it's up to you. It takes a 90-day working period to understand how to play. You have to become a certified CFO. Not just a stinking title, okay? That's like I talk to people, I got a corporation. Usually a guy who's got macho syndrome. I'm a president. Yeah, dilly squat. You got a damn piece of paper. You overpaid for it. You don't know what you're doing. You have no corporate cash credit. And you're trying to act like you're a baller, okay, with a Kmart budget. See, you want a house? You truly want a house? There are 5 companies that I work with, just like this one. It's one of the 5. Coming out of that coma. They stole my whole life. Okay, what am I going to do? Sell my wedding ring, broke my heart, sold my Rolex, sold my bracelet, sold my necklace. Simple. Got the money. I filed a bankruptcy public record in 2010 when I came out of the coma because all the bills they didn't pay when they stole my life were coming at me. But I know how to file bankruptcy so it didn't show up on my credit report. But again, because I'm the guy that set up a lot of the rules and tools. The guy that trained Ken Yorbrel, security chief at TRW and Hesperian. Been around a long time. Pretty good for 29 years old, huh? So what happens here? This company, when I got my credit score to the 820, says I'm approved, all right, for a home for $840,000. They will buy me the house, lease it to me, and then convert it to a mortgage in 12 months. There's a goal, right? So that's what I did. See, I had to use my own products coming out of the coma being homeless again. But again, I don't like bills. It scares me, anything more than $1,000. Even though I've brought in billions, I don't like bills. So I broke down the payment, divided by 5 days a week, and I made little payments every day. Now, people are going to go, why would you do that? Because I said so. There's 4.3 weeks in a month. I gained 3 months ahead of payments. Why would you not? Who likes that big payment coming at you on the 1st or the 5th of the month? Again, what's a corporation? What's a corporation? It's a legal person. It's right in front of you. It's chapter 18. All right? So the reality is, okay, well, the goal is you should be calling the office. All right? Yes, we're always going to help you. All right? Where you left off 2 years ago during pandemic. So call the office. All right? And see what they need to do to help you. It's simple. Okay? See, we have an 800 number, hasn't changed. So again, what's the goal again? Call the office, 800-510-3338. Have them pull your case, see where you're at. You can ask for the floor supervisor or manager. His name's Santos. We're a phone call away. All right? Why have you only not called till you text me today? Again, so the bottom line is it's up to you. I'm going back to everybody after pandemic. Why? Because there's one thing I know, and I don't mean to sound arrogant. I'm the only one that can do this for you because I created the system. All right, and I have 22 millionaire clients, and I have 20 billionaire clients. So if you're here and you were a client in the past, get your assets on the damn phone and let's go get it. The only one holding you back is you. What's going on with you? You. There's a whole company willing to help you. They call it a phone call. Now, we're going to talk about chapter 18. What does it say there? A corporation is a legal person. What a concept. I heard that when I was 7.5 years old. All right? But I was at Mrs. Hope's house, the rich and famous Hope family. She was pretending she's going to help the kids, and she's using and abusing me and dropping me off the pier. But you know when I heard that, what did I do? I went to the library, all right, next to the Torrance Police Department. I walked in there and I said, "Man, what does this mean?" She walked away. She came back with a book, slammed it on the table, and says, "Here's a McAfee, here's a book." She was a real, I won't say. Anyway, I was bothering the librarian, I guess. I read the book. Then I go, well, so what? It's a legal person. Where's the book that tells me how to build it correctly to millions and billions? Oh, maybe I should buy that bulletproof your life bullshit. Oh, shoot, did I say that out loud? Or, let's protect our assets. That's crap. Or, the other one, asset protection, blah, blah. There's so much crap out there, it's ridiculous. I talked to the writer, it's like, you wrote this? You have a brain of a peanut. I don't understand, but that's just me thinking in the back of my head. I mean, since they tested me at, 2-week-old junior high, and my IQ is 203. So let's understand something today. When I started Helping Hand Industries, I was 9.5. I sent away a money order. Secretary of State of California. I knew at 9.5 years old, all corps are free, and all you have to do is pay a filing fee. Half of you paid money for a corporation, and what did they give you? That's it. I got named in the movie Dave. I got $119,000 came in the mail. So you got choices. I want you to write down checkbook money. Write it down. Write it down. Checkbook money. See, here's the thing. This is wrong. We're going to go through the personal credit, the right way to do it. Okay, we're going to talk about corporate cash, credit cards, and now we're going to talk about checkbook money. You see, if you have a corporation now, January, I can help you get $150,000 of cash credit called checkbook money. By the way, I can help you do that for every division since I wrote the rules how to create divisions in the first place. Up to $5.4 million. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that the goal? All right. So if we work on getting credit cards now, and we understand it's a write-off, as we get to do this as well, and we build it up and away, what we get to do is we get to get ready for checkbook money. And shouldn't that be the goal? So if you become a true CFO, all right, I will teach you exactly what I taught these people. $1,000. The average person wastes $1,000 a month. Why do I say $1,000? It's very simple. Okay? Because what we have to realize is on $1,000, you can leverage that into $1.2 million of borrow money. See, borrow money is not taxable. So Gerald got $100,000. Okay, that's all you wanted. Randy's kind of a pain. He got $65,000. John got $1.9 million. Giovanni $1.6 million. Glenn $1.3 million, and $200,000 for Steve. So let's understand, borrowed money is not what? What is it again? It's not taxable. Now let's understand what I'm telling you. All right, let's say we get you all situated to $750 and all that's good. This is going to be boring. That's what I want it to be. Corporate divisions. You do it my way. And what a concept. You've tried all your life and you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. It hasn't worked. Now I'm asking for 3 months to 6 months and I make it work. Okay? Now if you've been gone for 2 years, you didn't get on that phone, whose fault's that? It's called a phone call. So what do? Simple. If we take money into the corporation and we don't spend it, we borrow against it. Listen, and you spend the borrowed money and you pay back as borrowed money, you never pay tax. You see, that's what I teach rich and famous people to do. They have the right to not bring the pain home. They have the right to become a true CFO and literally program their brains into millionaire. What a concept. But again, it's amazing. You write down today's date and you project 90 working days. Okay? This is just some of the more goodies I obtained. Simple. Okay? I like goodies, don't you? The corporation writes it all off. 44 years. So I got clients calling me back from 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, whatever, and they bring their kids. But they're picking up the phone, making a phone call, not going, where's the There's a phone call. It's toll free. Simple. Statement of guarantee. I'll guarantee what I say I'm going to do 100%. But you have to be part of the program. I'm going to hold hands. We're going to sing Kumbaya because you're going to do your part and I'll do all the work for you. If you don't follow through, man up, woman up. Okay, that's on you. See, violation is simple. Don't apply for credit. Don't jack it up. Don't screw up what I'm trying to do for you. All right, it's simple. Now, get out your Social Security cards. Now. See, this is the problem with you. If we're in an open group, I'll be walking around. I want to see it now. You're here. You're just listening. Get off your assets. You want to reach the goal. SSN. You got one. Get out the damn card. You haven't even read the card in your purse or wallet. I guarantee it. You looked at it. Ugh. Read it. It says, in most cases, do not laminate, don't use for variety purposes. You got an SSN because you were told to as sheep. Me too. Bah! Or mommy did it at the hospital. That created your 1040 tax return. That's what it created. You understand this? Now, we can look at Experian, Treasury, and Equifax. That's simple. They got hacked. Okay, every 6 weeks. You do their boost, that's kind of dumb. Why? Because they sell you on a mailing list and they get hacked every 6 weeks. But again, that's your choice. You do it if you want to. Again, we look at Credit Karma. They got indicted a little bit in the past too. They have no phone number to help you. Why would they? They're worth billions while you clickety-clack and they're part of TransUnion. They work in conjunction. But again, if we look at this, all right, did you know Equifax screwed everybody up? Yeah. Equifax, their scoring system was inaccurate during pandemic. Well, that kind of sucks. And the guy with this smiling face from Equifax, he needs to go back to the creditors. I want to smack him. All right, this is how I felt. I just wanted to smack him. All right, you go back to have your house refinanced, it's $18,000. You can't ask the bank to readjust the loan because they're going to say, no, thank you. This company should be out of business. Everybody, if at the time I'd sue them and got a biggest campaign, I'd put Equifax out of business. Okay, what they did to the American people sucks. Okay, everybody got screwed by them, and that's wrong. Because of the world today, we're living in the hell, and all these things happening to us, we the people. All right, how are we supposed to fight back? We learn how to play. All right, we learn what needs to be done. That's the goal. Because that's not fair. They should own up and basically get out their checkbook. But the reality is they don't seem to want to do that. Now, you got your first paycheck. Go back in time when you were younger. You got your first paycheck. And all of a sudden you looked at it because you're going to pay these bills. And you went, what the happened to my check? The IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. That's simple. We all work for them. Isn't that fun? So that's what made us sheep and ducks. So again, but we have the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which allows us, we the people, the right to have a tax ID, but learn how to play with the tax ID. It's 153 years ago, by the way. You're a little past due. Okay? So you can play the game. Now, I want you to understand something. All right? We have to understand how it begins, how in the middle, how it ends. So our goal is simple, to reach a goal. Every one of you, you have an SS5 form. It's called an SS5. You got a Social Security number. That created your 1040 tax return. There you go. Now, as we do this, Nixon took the gold standard out. I don't know if you know that or not, and you didn't really pay attention anyway. So I'm going to explain some things to you that will help you as well. So let's write down and raise rules one more time. This time, let me get you $100,000 of credit. $100,000 of personal credit. You use 29%. Okay? We're going to teach you how to put a sticky in the back of your card as well. Now, personal credit, you can't write off any of this diddly squat. Nothing, 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 nothing. So if you use the 29%, safety is for the family, $71,000. In case blank hits the fan, lost your job or pandemic. But when you took your personal cash that was taxed already, taxable income, and your non-taxable credit cards, you can't write a diddly squat, you start a business, all you did is bring the pain home. That's the wrong way in the first place. Raise rules are simple. Okay? Very simple. All right? Learn to be that CFO. Now, let's understand something. The diagram we wrote in the beginning, now if you didn't write it down now. All right? So the goal is divisions I created in 1985, by the way. Okay? So divisions give us the line of defense. That way you don't back yourself, your family, or the corporation in the structure. Problem is, if you have a corp, you know everything good. When they sue the corp, they sue you. Why would you allow yourself to be a duck? You said you want to protect your family. I don't understand. Never juggle again. But again, 9 lives. Cats have 9 lives. Kind of good, huh? So if they screw up one, they got way more to go. Corporation with divisions have 9 lives too. So let's understand. The bank bankrupts locations called subsidiaries. The grocery store does it. The cities do it. And you like to be the duck. I don't understand that. Because if a division screwed up, you'd have other pieces not to bring the pain where? Home. Without divisions, you're not going to get there. Sorry. It's just not going to happen. Because between suppliers, creditors, employees, and all that stuff, all right, it's very difficult to get there in the first place. All right, faith in basically, all right, you got to be tenacious. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. It's simple. Can you imagine? All right, he's going to buy Twitter. All right, we're going to do this. Oh, then I'm going to buy it. Then they're going to argue. Then the stock goes down. He's going to get it at a discount. Hasn't he done that 2 other times? But he's got a spaceship. The other guy's got a spaceship. Hell, the other guy's got a spaceship. You want your spaceship too? You see, you don't pay tax until you're profitable. All right? But then that's why they buy the 150-foot yacht like Tiger Woods or, Jay Leno have all the cars. If they don't enjoy the money, they can't get the honey because they have to pay tax. So the reality is you could play the same game if you want to. This is online. Bezos and Musk don't pay tax. Why would they? Again, countdown. What does that mean? Simple. You have 135 days to get off your assets, see it, believe it, go get it, and allow me to do everything I can. If you've been gone for 2 years, you pick up a phone. That's very simple to do, and you find out where you're at. Okay? All right? I'd say use a payphone because I used to own all of them in California, but they don't have those anymore. I think a cell phone works pretty good. So in 135 days, 750 corporate divisions. That would be the goal, right? See, do you really want to get there? All right? Do you really want, how bad do you want to get there? How bad? I guarantee you, if you do what I tell you to do and you let me hold your hand for the next 3 to 6 months, I'll change your life. Okay? I have 22 million people to tell you that. A through Z, millionaire boot camps coming up, live and in person or online. It's simple. It's the 23rd, 24th, 25th. All right? And it's $1,000 a day. It always sells out. It's kind of fun. But if you today, pre-register $1,000 Zelle only, I'll give you all 3 days. It's a one-chance offer. If you don't do it, it's okay. You'll still pay $3,000 then. See, the goal is very simple for any one of you. We're going to get cash credit cards now. We're going to write off the interest rate in the credit card. We're going to use that to finance the business so you don't steal from your family anymore. And then we're going to get some checkbook money. There's your goal. I wrote it for you. Actually, I'll even do the work for you. I don't have excuses. Okay, what excuse you have now? I have the Ray Reynolds Credit Hour 6 days a week. Where you been? I'm right here. Right here, 6 days a week. I got free classes on Saturday as well with the 8 classes that I do every Saturday. 44 years live and in person. Those are just some of the goodies. I don't have excuses. If you don't show up to the class, who's responsible for not showing up? You. 6 days a week, you get to play with me and refer people to. You can make what? A referral fee of 10%. Now, here's the thing I want you to think about. All right, because we get calls every day. All right, I hired Lexington Law on creditrepair.com. Same company. The BBB says there's 4 government agencies going after them. I don't know. I don't care. BBB was indicted. They're a scam in themselves, as it is. In 2013, the federal government indicted them, said they're a fraud. So, what do we think? Credit repair? Let's get a magic wand. Bing, 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 bing. I mean, you have to understand something. They're not going to get rid of your debt. A debt has to be dead, all right, charged off, bankrupt, or settled, or something, all right, because if it does not, you don't kill the debt, it's going to chase you. See, you got to realize credit rebuilding works because it's the truth. Again, it's the truth. So you get your credit reports for free, raisecredit.com or, annualcreditreport.com. I don't care where you get them from. I just put this so I can help and get them for you. Again, let's watch this side change a little. That means if you have a problem with a creditor, you can go to creditor, you can go to the credit bureaus, you can negotiate, you can take them to small claims like I did and won. Again, all right, past cannot chase future. All right, it's not acceptable, it's raised rules. IRS problem, irs.gov, 656 433 A and B. You want to solve a problem, you want to reach a goal, you got to rebuild your life to be understanding what needs to be done. Now, rapid score and rapid refresh. All right, Ken Yarborough, all right, security chief at TRW and Experian. I'm the one who trained him years ago. Harold Stokes, my mentor, professor, all that stuff, attorney. I come up with rapid scoring for mortgage companies because the people selling loans are full of crap. Your debt to ratio needs to be 40 to 50%. Not true. In an escrow, they have to pay down some debt. Why don't we go back to countrywide BS in 2008 when I kept saying that's a fraud? Stated income. Give me a break. And then rapid refresh is where it blocks and pushes scores up. That way it creates green lights. Like this person got 157 points. Your goal is to repackage you corp and divisions. Nice lady. She's the granddaughter that owns half of, basically Laguna Niguel. It's terrible. Fashion Island. All right, she owns hotels. She's filthy rich. Why do you have a 651 for 4 years? My attorney and my banker told me to use half my cards. Well, that's called Dumb and Dumber. See, you have no green lights down here. So you got no green lights. A rapid rescore blocked it, and I got you some green lights over here on this side. So I can build you corporate credit, which is free money. Free money. Another person, their attorney, bankruptcy attorney, told husband and wife he can't get credit. I can do it every day. Simple. Not hard to do. Collection accounts laid on their car payment. Here's $3,000. Let's renegotiate. Let's figure out how do we solve a problem. In other words, let's rebuild with the truth. What a concept. Now, you can rebuild yourself. You can basically write down Section 611 and Google it. All right, by the way, credit repair is a fraud. I didn't say it. Federal Trade Commission says it every day. It's a fraud. It always has been. It's a fraud. All right, they're not even allowed to collect money up front. All right, they're not educating. They're stealing your money. So our goal should be, your goal, plan the problem. Why? I'll bet you somebody in your life, friend, family member, knocked you down, took it away, and ripped you off. So if you plan the problem, you'll be prepared. Next, you have to write down safety credit as a goal. You see, a sticky behind every card. Limit 25%, maintain always, and never pass 29%. You have to create your line of defense. That's your goal. Very simple. Now, we can look at every dashboard out there, from credit bureaus to Credit Karma, whoever you want to look at, because the way it was written by me for Yarborough years ago, 0 to 29% is green, 30 is yellow, okay, 50 is red. So let's understand something. 40 to 50% from those loan people is wrong. They might get you a loan, but is it the right perfect loan? Stick you behind the cards, have the discipline, know what cards you can use without you jacking it up again. It's very simple because you have to balance the debt. Now, in my programs, as long as you're going to class and you're basically working with me all the time and I know what you need, I'm going to give you 100% to times 13 your money back. All right, you see, when I brought in that $2.6 billion at 26 to corporate structure, I wanted to give it for free. But nobody wanted to play with me because they had no skin in the game. So if I give you back 100% to 13 times your money through personal business credit, there where you go. Now, you all need to call a phone number because you're going to reach your goals. It's simple. You're on the national mailing list because you're a voter, Secretary of State. Especially if you have a corporation, you've used your home address. That's called not good. 888-567-8688. Opt out for a lifetime. We are a phone call away. Even during pandemic, only having 3 employees, still, because I get here at 4 in the morning and I work my 18-hour days. I'm up at 2:25 every day. Okay, I don't have excuses. So when you pick up a phone, all right, basically someone answers it, 800-510-3338, and they're basically going to be your specialist and guide you through the classes for me so I can answer the technical questions. Our programs are simple. A is you rebuild your credit. I'll put you in a class in a book and I'll teach you how to do it yourself. Or B, from here on the A, I'll actually put you in, I'll do it for you. But again, you're guaranteed a $750. So what happens is if I do the work for you, we have to put you in a rapid refresh, something I created years ago to push your score up to the 750. But you got to do your part. So let's understand. Rebuilding, I have a class every Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Saturday, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's $499. You get a $500 card I build for you anyway. And you get the book. And I read you the book. Again, you get a 700 plus. If I do the work with our team here, 750 workshops, again, Wednesday or Saturday, you're going to find out it's $1,000. But I still build you a $1,000 cash card. There you go. The goal is simple. It's a Zelle bank transfer deposit. I don't want credit cards. Why? Because they cost 5% to charge them, and on top of that, they all usually get hacked. So I don't want to deal with that hacking. If your specialist doesn't bug you every week or two, all right, like I've always said, you get on that phone and you put them in check. Again, rebuilding you into millionaire, that's my goal, okay, to get you there, because I'll hold your hand and answer your questions. But if you don't show up to the class to ask the questions, what's the next step, how am I going to help you? Again, you have to become a CFO. Now, we're going to talk about money. Money is nice. All right, it's not the root of all evil, or unless it's how it's used and abused. Let's pretend today you won a lottery of $1 million. I've had 3 clients do that. And you won AGT because you sing like an angel. I write you a check for $1 million. You put in your personal bank account. In the back of my head, I'm thinking that's stupid. Why would anybody put money in their personal account that when they can put SSN, SS4? See, on $1 million, you only get to keep $375. If you put it in the corporation, all right, you get to keep it all, and you pay tax after you're allowed to do business. Your tax is due on the leftover, if there's any leftover. Again, you can be winning the battle if you choose to, but will you choose to? The goal is how to play. Right now, you should stand up wherever you're at and put your arms out. All right, this hand's going to go SSN, I'm a duck, quack, quack, quack. This hand's going to go, I'm an SS4, I don't pay tax, so I'm profitable. We have the right under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution to do both of these simultaneously. That's what rich and famous people do. But not you, of course. All right, it's about time you learn to play. The ultimate goal. You refer people, you get 10%. All right, you can make $1,000 now. Simple. Again, I've got the Ray Reynolds credit hour 6 days a week. I've done this forever. Okay, workshops every Saturday. Wednesday classes too. No excuses. It's like the Millionaires Founders Kit. When I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years, I was at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night. I'd sell that for $5,000 a pop. Here's the blueprint A to Z to the $1 million dream. Books, CDs. Books and CDs. The blueprint. You can't even screw it up, even if you wanted to. Books and CDs. All right. Right now you get a 50% because you're here tonight with me. Instead of $1,000 right now, it's $500. See, every book shows you what needs to be done step by step. All right. But it's a zell. Simple. So if we're going to play the game, we have to learn to play right. Correct? So let's understand something today. It's very simple. All right. The goal is Mary. What did Mary do wrong? Mary's Ivy League education, all right, doing everything right, but Mary hired the CPA and attorney, $10,000 a piece retainer. She takes her personal credit, she uses $98,000 and takes her 800 score and dropped it to a 591, which half of you've done that before too. Maybe all of you. See, Mary's problem was she didn't know what a CFO was. Okay, she heard a title. But then her restaurant failed during the pandemic, filed a bankruptcy. Because it's a corporation, it forced her into bankruptcy. See, when your corporation is sued, so are you. You're kind of screwed up. From there, the line of defense, like banks, grocery stores, and cities do, they do subsidiaries. I want you to do divisions in the beginning. If the restaurant was a division, she wouldn't have lost her home. She could have protected the corporation. That's called the line of defense. Her husband wouldn't have divorced her for losing the family's house. It seems like everybody should change their name to Mary for a while. But again, it's a choice. What's a corporation again? A legal what? How many can we have? How many can we screw up? We don't want to screw up any of them. But every division can do multiple functions and get multiple credit for the corp and the division. Corporate credits are write-off, interest rate, and credit card. So you have to look in the mirror and go, I'm an SSN, because I was told to, or mommy did it when I was born. They created my 1040 tax return. I only get one of those, so I only get one chance not to screw up. Corporation gets a tax ID, and that's what some of you have. But again, if it sues the corp, they sue you. If you got divisions, what I wrote the rules and tools and created in 85, every division gets a tax ID. So it gives the line of defense. So the goal is not to bring the pain where? Home. But again, your goal is up to you if you want to reach it. No one can force you to reach the goal. All right? But I can push you and do the work for you if you allow me to. See, cats have 9 lives. When I did that article in Inc. magazine, and I built a credit, my cat, $1 million credit, Sam Reynolds, a cat with credit as a stunt, because, you know, they have 9 lives. That's why I did the 9 division thing. Because this is your second chance, if you want a second chance. So you don't bring the pain where? Home. Because that's the only way you're going to do it. just like banks and grocery stores and cities. We're using divisions. So your goal today is to understand your SSN is an SS5 form, IRS. SS4 is tax ID. Here you got tax, tax, tax. Here you have no tax till you're profitable. You need to do both simultaneously and build divisions, because divisions give you the line of defense. So if anything goes wrong, you don't bring pain to the corp or to you. But again, this is free money. All right, you get to write it, trade, and credit card and finance the business with its own credit. That's the goal. And you truly become a CFO while you balance tax, 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 no tax over here till you're profitable. You have the ability to do this if you want to. Your personal life should be a break even. Anything above that should go into the corporation, absorb the money as you learn to play the game, balancing the debt. The goal should be this: how fast can I get 750 so I get corporate credit so it doesn't show up on personal reports? I want to spend this money because most of the credit I use is for business anyway. That way I can write it all off. Using yours, you can't write out dilly squat. Line 10 there, banking and credit purposes. So we all have the ability to listen and learn, all right, and learn how to play the game and win. Corporation is a credit life because a corporation is a legal person. If you would allow me to get you 10 cards per corp, per each division, that'll equal $1 million of cash credit cards. From there, you have to remember, corporate credit's not taxable. So we don't have to say it's legal accounting advice because it's not. It's public record. You have the ability to reach your goal. You have the ability to see it, believe it, go get it, as long as you maintain the goals and the rules and tools. 89 ways how to use the division. 89 ways. Again, it's a choice. Cats have how many lives again? 9. How many lives would you like? Here's your second chance if you want. You don't have to bring the pain home ever. By the way, you should have did this in high school. I didn't go to high school. I got tested at T-Week in junior high and went to Owens Coast College afterwards. So again, the answer is how to not bring the pain home and not get stuck. Never juggle again, because that's what a person does in their life. They juggle, struggle. Ah! How many times have you juggled, struggled, and you didn't have to in the first place? You got 135 days left. Let me rebuild your life in 135. Boot camp's coming. 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Simple. All right. Today, it's $1,000 if it's Zelled by 4 o'clock. If it's not, don't worry. You pay $1,000 a day then. Cash, credit cards, cash, or checkbook money. There's your goal. That's the goal you should try to reach. Checkbook money. I love checkbook money because every bank will give you up to $150. All right, if you do it right, up to $5.4 million. Corp in 3 divisions. There's your focus. Getting the money to finance that American dream. All right, leveraging the money as well. $1,000 can be leveraged to $1.25 million. Borrow money's not what again? Taxable. Learning to play the game. See, applications scare me because they tend to say one thing, like dashboards. They're always saying one thing. Anything above 6 inquiries is an automatic denial. I am an affiliate to 119 creditors. I get to do a peekaboo. That's the goal. From here, it's very simple. If you have a corp and you don't know how to play, I'll build you the cash credit. I'll teach you how to be a CFO. And that's pretty simple to do. Not a problem. From here, listen carefully. I'm online 6 days a week, usually in person or online or both. All right. Wednesday and Saturday, I've been doing literally setup and level 1 classes for 44 years. Okay. All you got to do is be a client and show up. These even free classes as well. 800-510-3338. You're assigned a specialist. From there, you got a program B. Why you need me? I don't know. You got a corp and they sue you. Go ahead. You don't have a bunch of cash credit? There you go. You don't have divisions with the line of defense? There you go. All right? Stop bringing the pain home. Learn to play. That's the goal. Here's a starter package for beginners. $1,000. And most of you paid more than that for your corp, got nothing, which actually was free. You just pay a filing fee. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, articles are free. Also, tax ID, set up in level 1. Every Wednesday and Saturday. For $999, I'm handing you $5,000 of credit. 5 times your money back. From there, you got a million in the making. Literally, this is 13 times your money back because it's $1,998, but I'm building you $25,000 of credit. Again, all right, simple. We have simple. I like the KISS method. All right, KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. All right, we don't need to waste money. It's Zelle, bank transfer, deposit. Call your specialist or be assigned to one. If they're not calling you, you get on that phone and you put them in check. Okay, there's always a solution for everything. All right, the difference is up to you. See, God's delays have never been God's denials. That's how I look at it. Faith and persistence, that's all I live by. 6 days a week, Monday through Friday and Saturday all day in classes. Okay, tomorrow from 7 in the morning all the way to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, non-stop. I don't like stopping. I don't like breaks. I think breaks, all right, and lunch breaks is, sorry, it's just not me. All right, you get to play, you get referral money. You got a corp, good. They're all good. But if you have no divisions, you're a duck, because then you're going to bring the pain home. No reason to do that. As you do the corporation, remember, there's 6 things that most people screw up. All right, let's talk about the screw-ups if you have a corp, okay? Number 1, you paid $1,000+ for a piece of paper that's actually free, and you just paid a filing fee. Then you use your home address. This is the stupidest thing anybody could ever do. Why would anybody ever use their home address for the corporation, officer's list, or statement of information? And that's just, I mean, I don't get stupidity. I don't understand that 98% of the population that have corporations use their home address. And everybody knows where they live. I mean, that's stupid. I don't get that. Then they name it after themselves and they name it what it does. And the next thing, they don't have divisions. That corp gets sued, they lose everything. No wonder 97% of everybody ends up dead broke at 65, and only 3 have a pot to you know what. All right, and then they pick the wrong type of corporation. Okay? I have an S, I have a C, I have an LLC, I have an LLC. Stop. Setup class will get you straight. That way you become that certified CFO. Corporations are sued. They sue you. That's how it works. Wells Fargo Bank should have been put out of business 110%. They ripped everybody off. They got federally indicted for $3 billion, and their employees should have went to prison for RICO, racketeering, wire fraud. Stole my identity twice while I'm in a coma. But if you get the line of defense, this means one thing, write down the 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. That means if a division screws up, you don't screw up the corp or the family. Hey, banks and grocery stores and cities do it in your face. You don't even pay attention. It's about time you put yourself in that place. And you use tax IDs and divisions and quit bringing the pain where? Home. You never had to in the first place. You know, Sam's Club bankrupt 63 locations in California 2 years before pandemic. 600 this year alone. Sam's Club, Walmart, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's grocery stores or banks. Branch number, tax ID, subsidiary. You should be using tax ID and divisions to get started so you don't bring the pain home. What are you willing to lose? I swore to myself that I would literally, all right, master the rules and tools before I got married. I would not get married unless I understood 100% how not to bring the pain home. One of the reasons I created divisions in '85 was that purpose. I'm not willing to hurt my family. Corporation, they sue it, they sue you. I'm not willing to be a duck. Divisions, the process is simple. We play chess, we both lose pieces. But at the end of the day, we're both going to get checkmate. Because I wrote the rules how to play. Your choice is to stop bringing the pain home. You heard cities file bankruptcy. That's what you heard it. What did you do? Nothing. You said they're going to I don't understand. I went to the federal court building. I want to see how they do this. Research. The United States of America Incorporated set up 50 corporations called states. Every state set up corporations called cities. They have a problem, they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Under the Federal Protection Act, no problem. It's public record. They bankrupt the debt, they stay in business. What did you do? You bring the pain home, you never had to. Apple files bankruptcy in '97. Okay. Bill Gates, they said he was the richest guy on the planet. Not true. Why do people make up this crap? He had $94 billion. That's it. Okay, come on. All right, he got indicted 4 times for running a monopoly. Okay, there it is. But what did he do? He wrote a check from a line of credit for $150 million. Borrow money, not taxable. Now Apple's worth trillions. He made them pay the payment back. See, there's the goal. You got to learn to play the game. When I wrote Winning the Game of Business 44 years ago, because it's a game, winning the game of business. So I want you to be honest with yourself. What's going to happen the next time blank hits the fan? Please tell me. The next time something screws up, because we're living in hell, all right, it's always going to have a problem, this or that, whatever. So when you look at SSN, SS4, I want you to ask yourself a question. Okay, it's very simple. We got an SSN, word duck, quack, quack, we're going to get one, SS4. And when you look up the word bankruptcy, I want you to Google it today. Okay, it's going to give you a choice. Who wants to be the duck? SSN and family, corporation, or division? Why don't we think about banks and grocery stores, how they do it? But I get your choice. The United States of America Incorporated. I love the USA, but I like to play. See, we the people, you and me. That's why it was written, we the people, our constitutional right. But again, your choice is, I got a corp, good for you. What do you really got? A piece of paper? Do you know how to play? You got divisions, you have your line of defense. You're missing all the pieces below. It's like specialty classes. I have 8 classes every Saturday. Every Saturday. I've done this for 44 years. Don't you get it? Online or in person. Specialty classes. That's the one at 2:30 in the afternoon. Last class of the day. Real estate. Leveraging money. Divisions. Dun & Bradstreet. Stock kit. Daisy Chain Credit. Nonprofit. Saturday. Tomorrow. Tax balancing. It's $499 for the class. It's very simple. Then you're in the class with me for a couple hours having fun learning tax balancing. See, you drive a car, and I don't understand why you allow it to be registered to you. I don't understand all the things you did and how you got the car. It sounds silly. But again, fleet price, tax ID, division. Write it down. There's a procedure. Ray Reynolds, Ray's Rules, has a procedure for everything. Literally, my closet knows what I'm wearing for the next 32 days. I don't have to think about it. I got other things to think about. So if your car's registered to you, you're a duck. Because when they do a bumpity bump, they're going to sue you and take everything you got. Doesn't show up on personal credit reports. It's a corporate write-off. You become a certified CFO. All right? No gap insurance crap. See, the registered owner being you, you're a duck. Do it my way, they get diddly squat. Plan the problem. There's the goal. Again, but it's up to you. How many lives does a cat have? How many lives would you like to try? Again, banks and grocery stores do what I'm telling you to do. They use subsidiaries. I'm telling you divisions, and I'll build it for you and show you how to play. You don't have to bring the pain home. You never had to. One of my first cars was a Lamborghini Countach. What did you get? And I don't got a real mommy and a daddy. I had to make my own money. But I bought in when I invented the first motor skateboard. Okay, car finder, all right, and all those things. And I brought in my first Lamborghini. All right, I was 14 and a half. Isn't that fun? See, the car should be fleet price. Every car, you can use Social Security number or tax ID. This actual car was $149,000. I got it for $74,450 under the corporation tax ID. Did I save a couple dollars? What do you think? And it's all a write-off anyway. Whee! I like cars, don't you? They're not mine, but I got the keys. Is that okay? I like cars. So Wednesday and Saturday, if you want to play, I'll teach you how to play. Set up level 1. But again, that's up to you to show up. From there, the gifts, God's gifts are simple. Every boat and every yacht says the Ray Reynolds University, and it's a separate tax ID because I want to separate the liability. The U-Dock in Huntington Harbor, the largest one, the biggest one. Yay! But again, I like the goodies, don't you? But it's your choice. See, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. It's simple. You get your paycheck. Don't they call that taxable income? So you pay the payment, gas, registration, and insurance after you got your tax money and you got the leftover. Why don't you yell no and say that's ridiculous? But again, it's going to be up to you. I drive company cars. Now, I need your driver's license changed because I said so. I want it to be P.O. Box or mailing address. I want you to use Ray's rules. I want you to protect your privacy. Never bring the pain home ever again, okay? The ultimate goal. From here, we have to think and be the impossible and reach the dream. That's our goal. Now, let's pretend you're going to listen to me 100%. You have a goal, you want to reach it. Let's say I get you $1 million card like this one to the corporation. Now, would you like 9 sister cards? This is why I came up with the 9 sisters, because I came with 9 lives from my cat. So that means every division has its own set of credit reports. Every division has its own piece of property. Every division has a franchise. So if one screws up, don't I have 8 left to go and set up another one, another one? Oh, I'm going to be like the banks and the grocery stores in the cities. Wow, I can learn to play. That's why I have a financial series for bucket money, tax balancing, become the bank. All right, I wrote the books on that too. What is your goal? $1 million of cash credit cards. All right, millions of dollars in checkbook money should be the goal. I like checkbook money. Come January, should be ready. Up to 5.4 million. Again, the corporate divisions are the key right now, because I got to build your credit reports and add a bunch of history for you, and I get the poppity pop. But again, it's your ultimate goal. $1,000 can leverage 1.125 million? Why not? Because borrow money is not taxable. We could all learn to play. The goal is, I was bored as a kid, so I had to create rules and tools. So from there, see, God's not going to let you go through something you can't handle. See, there's no excuse, but that's up to you. All right, following through. So it's like God's using me to help you. I hope you turn these up today and write some things down for you. See, my gift is very simple. And going through the last 13 years of rebuilding up and away and helping people at the same time, coming out of a coma. All right, my son, he's the vice president of the company. All right, he's 8.5 years old. When I die, he takes over. All right, it's fun. He's just a little genius too. The one shoe, amazing. My wife turns around and she says, honey, all right, because I just came out of the coma, and she says, let's go to the Huntington Beach house. It's closest to the hospital. I'm in the passenger seat. I've got an oxygen tank, trying to learn to breathe. We go to Portofino Cove, next to Mother's Beach, off Euclid Harbor and everything else, and Beach Boulevard. All right, and basically, what do we do in Edinger? All right, she pushes the code. 17 houses. I own half of them. We go down to the in-house. She pushes the door, the garage door, and all 3 of them open. First thing was, where's my end zone? That's a Ferrari worth a couple million. Where's my Lamborghini? Where's my Mercedes? I run through that door with the oxygen tank in one hand. All right, and I say, oh, that bank's in my house. I paid cash for this. That's my house. Man gets up and says, you don't get out of my house, I'm going to kill you. My house. Now, everybody knew me in Huntington Beach as the karate guy. Okay, and I did fundraisers and all kinds of fun stuff. So that here comes the Coast Guard, here comes the helicopters, here comes the police, here comes everybody, all guns drawn. Hey, Ray, you don't own the house anymore. You don't own the house. All right, I got to stand up for a second. You don't own the house anymore. So the goal is, what happened to me? Well, it's very simple. All the junk in my pocket. So as he is being nice, escorting me out of the house, all right, it's very simple. All right, I walk through the garage and I find this booty on the floor. You see, every day that I have a bad day that I just want to say, screw it, I get out the booty. It's in my pocket. You ever come up and find me anywhere on the public? Ask me if the booty's in my pocket. I don't go anywhere without my daughter's booty. She was 1.5 at the time. Because it reminds me, the reason I work my tail off is for them, not me. So I wrote a movie called One Shoe. Simple. But everywhere I turned that day, I got the police called on me. Simple. I called my attorney, hung up on me. The guy that stole my life. We go to his office. They called the police. They give me a little box and a key. Then I got escorted out. I went to the bank. They called the police. My money's gone. Ah! Then we went to Mesa Woods Apartments. I rented one at 15.5 going to Orange Coast College. All right. Then they called the police because I'm using a dead man's social security number. I got the police calling me 4 times in about 4 hours after coming out of a coma. What a great day. And then I took a deep breath and I realized the dream, or what I thought in my head, my wife signed a POA, power of attorney. It must have been real. My life is over. All right, what am I going to do? Now my wife realizes what's happened. She starts to break down. No, you stop. I got this. I got this. We're going over to Nick's place. All right, where's Nick? Okay, he's over on PCH. See, Nick's one of my clients. He owns the jewelry thing over there. I said to Nick, I need some money. Here's my Rolex. Here's my wedding ring. Here's my necklace. All right, here's my bracelet. How much can I get? I got $16,400. Okay, thank you. All right, go back in the car. My wife goes, where's your Rolex? I said, it's gone. Don't worry about it. You can always get another one. I bought it at wholesale price anyway. Got it for free. So what do? We go to the Mesa Woods and we get the police call on us. I said, I can't get an apartment, honey. Sorry, you're going to have to do it under you. So she researches and finds one on Beach Boulevard, really nice, 2-bedroom, 2-car garage. So we go to the box and the key, the storage yard that has my clothes in it. At least the jerk who stole my life left my clothes in the storage unit. That's all I got in this little unit. So the clothes I have are from that, by the way, because I don't believe in spending money on me. So again, simple. We get the apartment into a little cottage on Beach Boulevard in Orange. Sounds great. We get everything from the storage. We go to one of my clients who started is basically the Goodwill, is a client of mine. Okay, so I go there and get some favors and furniture and blah blah blah. So we're exhausted. We just sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, we hear sirens. We get up. We walk around to Beach Boulevard. What's going on here? Police officer says, do you live here? I said, yeah, we just moved in. He goes, congratulations, you just moved into Hooker Row. What? In Drug Alley. Beach Boulevard in Orange, Orange Avenue, are known as Hooker Row in Drug Alley. We didn't know that. So for 6 months, every weekend, we get to hear the sirens. What a day I had. You ever had a bad day? So no excuses. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. See, there's no excuses. I've been through everything. All right? And I'm still going. And I'm not ever giving up. I like millions and billions, don't you? You see, the goal is simple. It can't sink. It can't turn. Colonel Sanders didn't give up. Thomas Edison didn't give up. Bannister told the world to go to hell. But when I came back from Berkeley in San Francisco, San Jose in 81, I'm at the El Toro YMCA and helping the Marines, having fun. The Guinness Book of Records guy comes in and goes, where's the wires? I've had, I was going to say shitheads in my life, all my life, because I can't say that out loud. Jerks. Then I kicked out the light that night having fun, and he just ran out like a little girl. Then he came back and says, there's no wire. This is aluminum building. No blank, Sherlock. Okay, see, I learned to kick the door jam at 10. Kicking the basketball was fun. White men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. I reached my goals. It's about time you reach your goals. You get 10% for every referral you give me. Again, you can make $1,000 today if you want to. See, you got to write it down. You got to let yourself down and follow through. The goal today is let's do self-analyzation. Personal life should be a break-even. Everything else goes in the corporation. What can the corp pay as in bringing money in so I can pay before tax is considered? That's the goal. From there, you become a certified CFO. House payment tends to offset your paycheck. Okay? Now, it's not my car, but I got the key. All right? It's registered to a division of a corporation. It's simple. It does say the Reynolds University on the doors, the back, and the front. Marketing tool. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, raise rules, making people into millionaires. If you want to get there, it takes a corporation and 3 divisions and line of defense. And that's just the truth, but that's up to you. From there, I increase limits and cards all the time for people. If you ever want me to do that and add history, you let me know. The goal is simple as we increase limits. As we play 6 days a week, I'm online, so if you ever, it's like one texting, what's going on with my case. Well, if you call the operators and the specialists and the processing department, they can tell you status. Okay, this is Q&A and this is goal setting. Okay, 6 days a week, you're stuck with me, and I don't have excuses. All right, getting the books and CDs. You're tied to a specialist. They don't basically respond back to you. You put them in check. Credit repair can't work because it's a joke. Credit rebuilding works. 750 score. So you can go to do it yourself, or I can do the work for you. Either way. But the goal is, here's the do it yourself, $500, $500 card. I'm going to make sure you refund yourself back. I'm going to give that to you. And also the book and everything else. And I read this story to you, and you do the work. From there, 750 guarantee. That means we do the work, and you get a $1,000 card. It's a $1,000 program. From there, program B is corporation. Have one? Great. Don't have one? I'll get you one. I'll rebuild it. Add the cash credit. Get the divisions, and make sure you understand to stop bringing the pain home. Starter package is $1,000. See, the articles are free. If you have one, that's okay, because I'm going to add everything to what you need anyway. You just basically, you already got ahead of schedule. $9.99, $5,000 credit back to you. From there, if you want millionaires in the making, it's $1,999. You get $25,000. That way you can use that money to finance the business and write it all off. But again, it's a Zelle bank transfer deposit. Specialists are always on the phone ready to answer your questions and get into the programs with me. Every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, set up in level 1. The ultimate goal, simple. If they don't reach out to you, your goal is to reach out to them to put them in check. It's simple. Specialty classes every week in rotation, every 8 weeks real estate, every 8 weeks leveraging, all right, division. Cats have 9 lives again. How many you want to have? It's called divisions. Simple. From there, you don't bring the pain home again. You have a line of defense. Dun & Bradstreet, stock kit, daisy chain credit, nonprofit. There's a 50% discount if you want to go to that tax balancing if you Zelle today. So it's $250. But if you don't, then tomorrow you can pay $500. And it's a Zelle. It's up to you. Boot camp's coming too. $1,000 a day. Okay? Today, I'm saying $1,000 for all 3 days if it's Zelle before 4 o'clock. Countdown, how many days you got left? 135 days to make sure we work our tails off, you and me, holding hands, singing Kumbaya, and we make sure we get corp, divisions, and you to that 750 score. All right? The goal is working together. So you could be the corporate millionaire if you follow through. If the banks and grocery stores can do this in Sam's Club in cities, so can you. So the ultimate goal is never bring the pain home, all right? Become a certified CFO and get to millionaire status. There's the goal. See, we got to stay safe and strong. This world's getting crazier. If you haven't realized, it's crazier every day, right? So we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So the ultimate goal at the end of the day, there's that magic phone number. 800-510-3338. You got specialists always willing to hold your hand and guide you to my classes with me. Tomorrow, out of the 8 classes, 3 of them are free to the world to get to know me. Simple. Our goal is to not only give you the overview, but give you the rules and tools and do the work with you and for you. But I can't do it for you unless you're part of the program, because that's how it works. So I like goodies. So you got a chance to call 800-510-3338 right now. There's no more questions from there. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get all set and ready for tomorrow. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget. At the end of the day, God loves us all.